You know, a lot of people refer to me as the Ramblin Man, if you know what I mean. If you've been listening to the show since we came on this morning at 6 a.m., it is 8:12 on 108.9 The Hawk, and oh, sweet goddamn, what a show we've had so far, Geoff.
I mean, it was mostly just that song.
Yeah, I mean, we started that song.
The first 12 minutes has just been that goddamn Allman Brothers song.
I mean,
Scotty, did we get the longer version with more Dwayne Allman slide guitar in there?
He's nodding yes. Our producer behind the glass right over there, he is nodding yes, letting us know that version had at least 800 more doodle-a-doos at the end of it than your normal version on any Allman Brothers greatest hits album.
If you wanted more seasick lap steel, that just sounds like he's hardly even paying attention to what the rest of the band's doing. He really was a master of playing in between the notes on those solos.
God. All over in the notes.
He's anti-jazz. In jazz, it's about the notes you don't play.
Well,
in Dwayne Allman's world, it's about the half notes in between that you always play that are like, is that right? I'm not sure if you're there right there.
Can you imagine being at Burning Man and you're juiced out of your mind?
Oh, my God.
And you just hear like, doodle-doo, doodle-doo, coming from someone else's camper that's built up to look like a transformer.
My God,
that's just Burning Man, baby. That's just Burning Man.
There's a camper dressed like that turns into a transformer, and you realize that's Ween doing a cover of,
my God,
of the Allman Brothers.
Gene, it's me, West Turlington.
Gene, are you doing okay? You're not doing okay. What's going on, Ween? What are we doing over here? Oh, you're caught in your transformer, and that's what happens at Burning Man. You get caught in the transformer.
Sense. Hey, we've been ringing phones all morning long on the topic. This is a fun one. This is a fun one that Scotty came up with this morning. Finish Geoff the Angry Man's complaint. We've had a lot of people calling. Geoff starts his little rant on something he can't stand. And if the caller gets it right, you get 2 VIP tickets to see our guest who's coming up in just a minute. But let's go ahead and go to the phones now. And Geoff, get your complaint ready. Let's see if this caller gets it. Caller 32, you're on the Hawk. Go ahead and start your complaint, and then they have to finish it, Geoff.
Yeah, I'm well
just like we've done all show long.
My God. The problem is I was doing this while the Allman Brothers were playing, so it wasn't going well. But I'll tell you what my complaint is.
We should have recorded that.
I'll tell you what Geoff the Angry Man Garlock's complaint is when you get a goddamn pickle and you say, I want a half sour, and then you look at the guy straight in the eye and go, did you give me a full sour? Because this thing is briny as hell. And that's the end of the complaint. Where else am I going with that caller? What do you got?
No, well, the way that this is Jimmy in Val Verde East. The way I understood the contest, Wisp, you tell me if I'm wrong here, was that Geoff was only going to give half of it, and then I have to guess what the other half is. But that complaint, my complaint, if I have to get it in, is that he told the whole pickle story, and I really didn't get to get in.
He's wrong. Okay. Well, that's the thing. He doesn't understand how a Geoff the Angry Man Garlock rant goes. So the whole thing wasn't even about pickles. What should he have
said there, Geoff? What should he have said there?
My problem was going to be about manila folders and how I like them lighter colored and not dark colored, but the pickles was just the preamble. Well, that's just an angry preamble.
People, you gotta listen better.
Understand.
You gotta listen better, Val.
When the angry man is going off on a rant, it's never about the thing he's talking about. It's about something else. That's the angry man.
That's what
motto.
It is.
All right.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Hey, I want to let you know we got a big Hawkcast coming up later on this afternoon. Of course, our own big truck is Hawkcasting live from St. Patsy's Val Verde Orphan Asylum this afternoon from 4 until 6. Now, the best time I understand, Scotty and Geoff, correct me if I'm wrong, the best time to get an orphan of your own from the orphan asylum is between those hours. You don't want to go when the sun goes down because things get real with these orphans very fast.
Wow. When the sun goes down, the asylum part of that name comes out, and all of a sudden it's like you're at. It's like you're at Fright Night somewhere, and you're like, "Is it October? What is going on in this?" There's an orphan with a pig mask that always comes at you. It's like, don't adopt that one. Don't adopt that one.
If you're listening right now, orphan with a pig mask, I will not be adopting you.
You're living in the gutter, pig mask orphan.
Yep. Sorry about that, pig mask orphan. Hey, we got some big news in Val Verde, so let's hit it.
All the news you can use, or the news you could lose. It's news time on 108.9 The Hawk.
Did you hear about this one, Jeff? Did you hear about this one? Did you hear about this one?
Oh my God, Scotty, are you hearing this? Are you hearing this?
Did you hear about this one? Of course, Bert.
There's James Austin Johnson in here doing his Leno.
Of course, everyone's excited. Burger Tools, our only home improvement themed restaurant in Val Verde, has released its Big Tool Burger. Now, folks, I don't know if you've eaten it yet, but that's 18 signature patties, 16 buns, half whole onions just throughout it, and their new chunky tool sauce. Keg Stand, you're going to try that for us live on the air in the 9 o'clock hour, so get your appetite up.
I don't want to try it, Keg Stand.
You got to try it.
You're trying it all right, Keg Stand.
You're going to try it, Keg Stand, in the 9 o'clock hour. I hope you're ready to chew some half whole onions. I hear there's
I'm
two.
not Keg Stands.
You're going to do
gonna
it.
Try it.
You're going to try it. Okay, and that's, of course, Burger Tools, fine sponsor of the West Turlington Show on 108.9 The Hawk. We also have another great sponsor this morning, of course. The West Turlington Show is brought to you by, now you say that these guys aren't saints. You say that these guys don't really pony up the cash when they need to, and they don't care about the Val Verde community. Of course, I'm talking about the members of Led Zeppelin, but they finally did. And they are opening the Halfway House of the Holy this weekend, right here in Verde Square. So if you're coming out of the clink, you need a place to kind of find your grounding a little bit. And you want to do that with the members of Led Zeppelin. You're going to be able to do that at the Halfway House of the Holy.
You're getting out of prison. There. You don't want to ramble on just yet because court mandated you can't ramble on.
Yeah.
Then you better get over to the Halfway House of the Holy.
Before you headed to the clink, you had a few good times. You had a few bad times. And now you're going to try to find yourself back to those good times. You're going to find that at the Halfway House of the Holy. Right
that night before you got sentenced, you were singing a song to your friends, and it was the Lemon Song. And then things, we all know what that means. And then you ended up 25 to life, but you made it out of the clink. And now you're in the Halfway House of the Holy.
Squeeze my lemon until the juice runs down my rehabilitated leg, Geoff. That's what it comes down to.
That is.
Hey, and if squeezing lemons, that's a fun thing to do. That is a fun thing to do, and we are all excited about fun things here on the West Turlington Show, 108.9 The Hawk. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. We've been giving away these tickets all morning. None of them have really hit. We have not given away a single pair this morning.
We've been giving away, in theory, lots of tickets this morning. And when we say in theory, it means none of the tickets are gone.
None of them. None of them. But that's not going to stop us from celebrating the one and only, you know her, friend of the show, Clare O'Kane, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Rock and Roll RV. It's so good to have you in here with us.
It's great to be back in the RV. If this RV's a rockin', really, you don't want to see what's going on.
No, you really don't, because I do live here, and that's a good reminder, everyone. If it's rockin', then that means that I'm doing something in my sleep that is not natural. So let's leave it at that.
And I did hear that the door on the bathroom of the RV is actually fell off the hinges recently.
Little off the hinges.
Open air.
You know, I've been looking for a standard screwdriver. I've been looking for a Phillips head. I've been looking for a whole bunch of those weird little ones you get from IKEA. None of them fit. And I think this might be a screwdriver that has never been seen. And I'm just saying, if the bathrooms are rocking, then that's why the door came off, and let's just leave it.
Claire, we have a no number 2 rule in the Rock and Roll RV, and this man hasn't gone for about 6 months, if you know what I mean.
That might be my next Angry Man rant, if you know what I mean.
Whoa. Okay, but that's not going to keep you Valverdians from going to Dingbats starting tonight, a 2-night stint at Dingbats. Of course, the comedy club that has gotten into a lot of news lately by trying to slightly skew a little left again after being very right for a very long time. How does it feel to be back at Dingbats? Is it a home away from home, Claire?
I will say, like, as we all know what happened last time with the bathroom incident where I did use a porta potty that was placed outside of the club because all the plumbing inside was non-functional. And then an angry man. Not the angry man, of course.
Not the.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
wasn't you.
No, but an actually very angry man said, "Hey, that's not for you." Referring to that perhaps my gender did not fit the porta potty's assigned gender, and I go, but it's actually for everybody. It's a porta, and so obviously that scuffle led to a stint in jail for me and the man, and
I remember.
so I'm just happy to be back, and I'm happy that they finally fixed the toilet.
You know what? That was a big thing that was really keeping
Real
Dingbats down. And if I remember correctly, I remember that guy saying to you, it's a Porta John, not a Porta Jane.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Yeah.
That was, of course, Timmy from the Bathroom Boys, a great podcast out of Val Verde. That just all they do is talk about bathroom politics, and it was just fantastic. They make over $175,000 a month.
Oh wait, that's
doing that
Patreon.
podcast.
Timmy.
Yeah.
Timmy.
That's Timmy.
Is the bathroom.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I thought I recognized that guy's voice.
You know, he was like, it's a Porta John, not a Porta Jane. And then you got arrested because the police here in Val Verde, they love the Bathroom Boys.
Yeah.
They live for a good Bathroom
And they're in the
Boys.
pocket of the Bathroom Boys.
They
And
really
let's just leave it. They've got
just
enough
say,
money every
back
month from that
pocket.
Patreon to be paying off those coppers.
Those T-shirts.
So that's apologies
Those
to you.
T-shirts with the words the Punisher logo, but in the a turd in the shape of a Punisher logo inside a toilet. That's kind of the iconic thing that's really making them roll in the dough.
Iconic is the word.
Yeah.
That's iconic.
That's how I
Is
know them.
definitely the word.
I mean, Frank Castle didn't get damaged in Nam to have a turd formed into the Punisher logo at the end of the day.
no.
But
He saw his family get shot down by the mafia, and he thought to himself, God, I hope one day it gets to be a turd.
Bathroom Boys, if you're listening, we're sorry. We're backing
Don't
off.
come for us.
Don't come for us. We cannot be canceled, but we can, and we're the number 2 rated classic rock station in Val Verde for a lot of those reasons. Now, Claire,
But you're out of the clink. You're out of the clink.
Out of the clink and into the drink. I've been swimming a lot.
Oh my God! Are you swimming here in Verde?
Well,
in Val
I
Verde,
haven't since
or?
the spill. But every time I visit, I like to go to the cove.
I wouldn't.
And just see what's going on. Not that part of the cove.
God.
Not that part of the cove.
Don't go over there where you've got the people crying and they're rubbing all of the ducks and everything with Dove, sponsored by Dove, and they're just
No.
I can't believe that spill happened on the bottomless nude beach section of the cove.
all of places. The bottomless nude beach in Val Verde Cove. And then your tanker comes in and he's just like, oh, what's this button do? It's
Splat.
everywhere.
They're drinking bottomless drinks and they got no bottoms on, and then they're like, well, there goes. There
They're like,
goes
it
my
tracks.
summer.
It tracks. Claire, we're going to talk more about your comedy homecoming, really. When you get down to it, it is a homecoming for Clare O'Kane at Dingbats. But first, we got to go to traffic.
108.9 The Hawk Traffic with Art Spart.
Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything that creates traffic, and that's right, we do have a traffic catastrophe, or as it's known in the biz, a traffic-astrophe down on Hog Street because we had a truck tip over and drop its contents all over the street. But you already know that because it's been there for over 8 hours. Why has no one picked up the contents, you ask? And why? Oh, Art Spart, are you not saying what the contents are? Well, that's because a debate about what the contents are has rocked Val Verde. Simply put, it was a truck carrying pre-made sandwiches that tipped over, spilling sandwiches all over Val Verde. And no one is picking them up because no one can agree what to call them. Some people started selling out, oh no, there are subs all over the road. Other people yelled out, I don't know what a sub is. I call those things hoagies. While other people said, I don't know what either of you two idiots are blathering about. Subs, hoagies, I call them submarine sandwiches. And then everyone got angry at that guy because he was just using the longer version of the name sub. And, well, it led to quite the battle. Everyone acting like they didn't know what the other person was talking about, and everyone acting like their name for a sandwich was the only one. Subs, hoagies, heroes, grinders, po' boys, bombers, wedges. And then that one idiot from Boston who lives in Val Verde who swore that they called it a spucky. And the other guy from Boston who lives in Val Verde called him an idiot for making up a fake name for a sandwich. And as old Art Spart flew above the mess, he couldn't help but notice it was actually a delivery truck for Subway. Which, if anyone stopped arguing long enough to read the name on the side of the truck, they would all agree that legally you cannot call the Subway quote-unquote bread. So, legally, none of those things are sandwiches anyways. But tell that to all the loose raccoons fighting over the wide selection of now rancid deli meats. Good luck to us, and may God have mercy on our souls. But if you are riding down Lane Staley Lane, you are good to go. Clear sailing. Roll on, Rooster. And that's been traffic from the Bert's Funeral Flowers traffic desk. I'm Art Spart.
With Bert's Funeral Flowers, with Bert's Funeral Flowers.
All right, well, now we cleared that up. I am ecstatic that it's been cleared up. So ecstatic. I'm gonna play a little Paul Rogers for you. Bad Company on the hog.
Glockenspiel Pond.
Glockenspiel Pond!
It's Family Fun Day every day at Glockenspiel Pond.
Glockenspiel Pond!
Rides, candy, funnel cakes. Win a Bon Jovi Coke mirror.
Coke mirror!
All at Glockenspiel Pond.
Glockenspiel Pond!
No children under 8 are allowed on the Crazy Mouse. And ride the newest ride at both ends. If you don't get sick on the first end, the second end is bound to finish you. Finish you. At Glockenspiel Pond, and all your other favorite rides are semi-operational. The Time Traveler,
Granny's weeping.
Eater of Dreams, and of course, the Dreamweaver, the only roller coaster on this coast dedicated to the life of musician Gary Wright. That's Glockenspiel Pond.
Glockenspiel Pond!
Right off of 422, on the same lot as Glockenspiel Pond Memorial Cemetery. And as Smithy the Alligator says,
If you don't get your ass moving, no one else can ride.
Glockenspiel Pond!
Hello, this is Geoff the Angry Man Garlock with an official 108.9 The Hawk PSA. People of Val Verde, if you're like me, you love YouTube, but you don't love the commercials that they serve you. Lately, I've been getting ones from some clearly AI-generated lady telling me about some dick cure. And it's not even a product, it's just some video about dumping salt in the water and drinking it. And she keeps talking around the word penis, and she keeps saying like my back can't get hard and something about pole deflating. But she's also kind of alluding that the video will be spicy if I click on it. The whole time she's glitching like the lady in Total Recall. And saying I'm gonna lose all my underpants. What the hell does that mean? Then I clicked the link and it stole my identity. And as I say it out loud, I realize, hey, this might just be me. You really showed your cards, Angry Man. You know what? Forget I said anything. But don't click any weird links. And that's been a 108.9 The Hawk PSA. 108.9 The Hawk. We've got your ass covered.
One of my best friends in the entire world, Jeff Lynne. A song about his mother. Evil Woman. Wow. Electric Light Orchestra. Little good rock fact there for you on the West Turlington Show.
They just slide in, people. They just slide in, those good rock facts.
You're just like, whoa, was that a rock fact? Did I just get a rock fact?
For a long time, I thought they were saying medieval woman.
That was the original demo.
Is that true?
That is very, very true. He was like, he was reading Hamnet, and he was I want to know what this woman feels like. Wow. And, speaking of, Jeff Lynne saw Hamnet in theaters recently, and I keep getting calls from him, and he was like, I cried so much, Wisp. I cried 4 times during that movie. First, kid gets killed. Spoilers.
Whoa.
I mean, he's not killed by like a soldier or something. It's the plague.
Oh,
And then everybody just cries their dicks off of it. And and so did Jeff Lynne. And there you go. But Medieval Woman, had that been released, it would have been a bigger hit. You really fucked up. Throw the delay, Scotty. You fucked up, Jeff Lynne. You did. But I know who's not going to fuck up this weekend at Dingbats. Clare O'Kane, what do you got in store for us?
Well, I got a lot of material on it's basically Do you guys know about that book that they also turned into a movie called How to Blow Up a Pipeline? How to Blow Up a Pipeline.
I know The Dirt
sort of,
by Motley Crue.
No, it's
The Bible?
The Bible? Are we talking
it's not
about
the Bible? It's a little different. No.
Red, the autobiography of Sammy Hagar.
No.
Devil in the White City.
No, not about the
Okay,
guy in the
so it's
Chicago.
about. Okay, so so tell it to us like we're a couple of never entering books 1,000 chuds. And what is this book about?
Sure. Well, it's basically chronicling these what are now known by the government as a sort of eco-terrorists, I should say. Maybe that's not the right thing. Sort of anarcho.
Lock the door.
Anarchists destroying, pipelines essentially, making sure that big oil companies aren't taking over American land and indigenous land and destroying them for their own profit. And, so I'm just sort of less being funny and more telling people how to destroy private property. And so far it's been going well.
Ooh. Huh. That could go either way at Dingbats. With the Dingbats audience, you could have...
Well, I haven't been here, in a couple of years, and I'm assuming the tankard fellas are
that. Down there at Verde Cove. You got tanker fellas who are like, they're clearly bathroom boy fans.
I know.
And they're like, this is the greatest thing that has ever happened to the water that surrounds Val Verde. And then you, of course, have the liberals who are like, why would you do that?
Right.
Why? And, you're going to have a mix of both, honestly. So I think...
You get those liberals in their tears, and that goes into Rob Schneider's Liberal Tears whiskey.
And then I just take a shot, and I'm like, thanks a lot, Schneid.
A lot of electrolytes in there. Salt.
You like...
Nice amount of salt.
Oh, a lot of good electrolytes. Get a Gatorade, get it out of here is what I say. Yeah. Drink some Liberal Tears.
Give me some of those Liberal Tears of Rob. You gonna do any Rob Schneider jokes?
Yeah, do you think you'll work some Rob Schneider in between your material about blowing up pipeline?
Rob Schneider jokes in that I would have jokes about him. No, I actually have purchased some from him just in case my sort of left-leaning jokes kind of don't work out. So I do. We also share an ethnicity. Rob Schneider and I. We both are of Filipino descent, partially. So
really,
so I might take his.
Did he give you a discount then on the jokes that you bought from him?
He called it the flip discount, Filipino discount.
Oh, that is so nice of him. Wow,
that's so insane. Because every time I talk to Rob Schneider, he's like pure white man.
You would think.
That's trickle-down economics for you. That shows it works because it goes right from Adam Sandler to Rob Schneider and then right from Schneider to you, like in the savings. You're getting savings there.
Let's take a second to rank all of the grown-ups here for a second. Who's on the top? Is that got to be that's got to be Sandler, right?
Oh, that's the Sandman. That's the Sandman.
And then who's second in line? Are we going Rock or are we going James?
Oh, you got to go James.
You got to go James?
You gotta go.
Really? Are we going based on
Spade?
Paychecks?
No, based on what?
Paychecks?
No.
Oh.
No, because that would be Sandler and James.
I was going based on paychecks because I think the funniest comedians are the ones who get the most money.
Right.
That is true. That is true. That's why I'm a huge Maniscalco fan at the end of the day.
Gosh.
I have no idea what his jokes are about.
I don't know what he's talking about. I think he's having a seizure up there with those body movements, but I think he is funny. Are you going to do any Maniscalcos?
Have you thought about doing any Scalcos?
I wish I could, but again, I am not of Italian descent, so I would not. I don't want to make his culture my costume, and that's my left. Those are my liberal tears sort of dripping down my face. Going, this is what's keeping me. This is what's holding me back. This is what's holding me back from performing at the Dingbats in the big cities.
Oh my God! Oh my God! So we can dream. We can dream. Hey, it is time. It is 8:23. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what that means. It's time for 108.9 The Hawk Rock News. All the rock news about the oldest bastards in rock. All right, Claire, you can weigh in on these.
All right.
Got some good rock news stories for you. We're going to kick open the rock desk. We're going to see what's rattling around the great greasy engine of classic rock today. Of course, we're starting off first. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees are out for 2026. We got Phil Collins. Well, we got Oasis. Billy Idol. You can't say that without doing his voice. You know, that's
Billy Idol.
Billy Idol. Iron Maiden. Black Crowes. In Excess. Melissa Etheridge. Fuck, marry, kill.
All of those?
Oh.
All of them.
I mean, I'd fuck all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's obvious.
Yeah. I'd marry Phil. Because,
you know, Phil
8 times the charm is what I say for Phil Collins.
Maybe this one
You know what?
sticks.
Maybe this is what it sticks.
I'd kill him.
Yeah. You would kill Phil Collins.
He needs to
It wouldn't be hard.
Get out of his misery.
I mean, that is kind of true. Sad but true. That's what Metallica Sad But True was about. Is that poor guy.
So bad. You would really honestly be doing him a service.
Because
You
I
would.
love
Like,
him,
how would you
'cause I
kill
love
Phil
him.
Collins? Yes.
I love him
Would
so
you
much.
smother
Mike
him with
Rutherford
love?
would be like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just smother him with love. He's like, this is nice. My back doesn't hurt anymore. He just slips off into the ether. It'd be a wonderful thing. Okay, and then who are you going to marry? I mean,
that's a great
who are you going to? I mean, well, I guess we got it all. You fucked them all. You married and killed Phil Collins. But what about Oasis, guys? What do we think about those guys?
Oh my gosh. I think joint custody with Oasis is what I would go with.
That's my favorite game. Whenever someone asks me to play Fuck, Marry, Kill, I'm like, well, could we play a version of Fuck, Marry, Kill joint custody?
Yes. Exactly.
And, that's what we got.
In that they're your children or your
and with this
They're
with Phil
sharing
Collins,
the
who
burden.
I'm either killing or marrying or fucking,
Right.
that we're gonna have a conscientious breaking apart. Is that the wording that I would use?
I think that it's a conscientious decoupling. I think
that would be
split.
good.
Yes,
ethical split.
Ethical split. Definitely Phil is for an ethical split at this point because I think it means a lot less alimony for him. Geesh, Mick Fleetwood taught him that trick.
Yeah. Hey, and speaking of ethics, U2 just dropped a surprise EP called Days of Ash.
Oh my God.
Oh.
So, you know what happens every time that a U2 thing comes out? Half the world gets excited, half the world gets mad, and then you've got that one guy who writes a 14-page Substack on why Achtung Baby was the last time he listened to a U2.
And the title is more like Days of Ass, is what he says. And he hopes for, and only gets 3 likes on the Substack, which is a real bummer because he put like 4 weeks into writing it.
4 weeks. Days of Ash has been out for 4 weeks, and he's like, I just gotta let this stew a little bit. You a big U2 fan there, Claire?
You know, I like Sunday Bloody Sunday. I like that song.
Yeah.
Everything I heard about Bono.
That's it.
Seems like a good guy, I guess.
He loves the Epstein
Pope.
files.
He loves the Pope, and he is in the Epstein files. So you did kind of agree to some sketchy things there, which is
I agreed to what he did in the Epstein
according
files.
to the Toilet Boys.
The Toilet Boys. You have a friend in the Epstein files. That means you're a friend too of Jeffrey Epstein. gmail.com. God, I love them. They are
it's just funny.
They're just funny.
Hey, the last rock story. I know you guys are going to be big on this. Sons of Cream are touring.
Oh,
yes,
thank God.
The Sons of Cream members, Jack Bruce and Ginger Baker, have found an Eric Clapton look-alike or whatever, and they've started a band. They have an album coming out that mixes new songs with Cream classics called Half and Half. That's a real thing, ladies and gentlemen.
This is
we are
not a
not
joke
making
we're
this
making
up
right
on
now.
108.9 The Hawk. It is a real, honest-to-God thing. Wow. How do we feel about it?
They should call themselves the cream of cream.
I like that better than half
That's
and
even,
half.
I mean, that's also a little dirty, too, when you get down to it. That's
what
really
I'm saying.
Exactly. And this is why she's at Dingbats, because she's
That's
got
why
the goods
she's at
right here.
Dingbats.
I mean, please.
You can't do a joke like that over at Zazzers, over at Flapper's Comedy House. No way.
I wonder what the laser printed Clapton's feelings are on the jab.
Oh.
I'm not going to get
Doesn't
into
like it.
his feelings on other things that Clapton has problems with, which we
Yeah.
don't want to get into with that monster. But
I don't think we want to talk to this fake Eric Clapton on his thoughts on the COVID-19 vaccine. But anyway, they're playing at Shooter's Bar and Buffet this Saturday night.
Oh, great.
Maybe if your show ends early, Claire, you can
just roll right over. It's in the same strip mall.
Unfortunately, I don't think it will. I am contractually obligated to play 4 shows a night.
Damn.
The last one starting around midnight.
Oh.
So I won't be getting out till about 1:32.
I did forget Dingbats saw that James Acaster 4 special deal, and they're like, we're gonna make all of our comedians do that. Like, and that's the we're making you do an Acaster in one night deal at Dingbats.
Did they make you
It's a bummer.
Did they make you go blue for the last hour?
Oh my god.
They don't make you go blue, but they do encourage it, and then they do invite actually the local opener.
Oh.
The last show of the night is, of course, someone who is recently just been released from jail. That's sort of like a nice giving back to the community.
That's part of the halfway house of the holy plan.
Halfway house of the holy.
Led Zeppelin
Yeah.
sends them over and says, "Do a tight 5," opening up for.
It's like, I'm comedian Rob Cobb. I just got out of the clink, and I'm here to open for.
He's really nervous because he's only done
Yeah.
comedy in jail for the past
jail.
20 years.
It's like,
Which
what?
honestly, it strengthens your
Oh, yeah.
skill.
But it's all crowd work, right? It's all crowd work.
Like, hey, to the skinheads over there, how you
my
feeling
gosh.
today? Not gonna beat me up today, huh?
Yeah,
You think
exactly.
Colin Quinn's a tough crowd? You should go do in the Val Verde prison system, because that's a tough
You
crowd.
think Colin Jost is a tough crowd?
Oh, I
you
don't
should do
at
the
all.
prison system. If you know what I mean.
Let me just say, I from the last time I was at Dingbats, I know a lot about the differences between the norteños and the suareños and what they put on their biscuits in the morning.
Oh!
And you don't want to mess it up. You don't want to mess it up.
You do not want to mess
really
that up.
don't,
You get a gong for that.
You gotta go.
All right. Claire, coming up after the break, we got a fun game, and we're going to play a Wisp Turlington Show classic. Of course, it's What's That Sound? It's coming up right after this early 90s, mid-90s John Mellencamp single that was just a cover of a Van Morrison song. And everyone's like, man, that new John Mellencamp's good. Okay, here we go, Hot.
It's me, Mickey Mac, with today's On This Day in Rock History. On this day in rock history, U2 filmed their iconic Where the Streets Have No Name video on a downtown Los Angeles rooftop in 1987. Thousands gathered, traffic stopped, and a lot of questions were asked.
Yeah, I've just been standing downtown, and there's a band up there playing, and I'm thinking it's the Beatles, because this is totally a Beatles thing to do. I hope it's the Beatles. I'm gonna be really let down if it's not the Beatles.
Yeah, my coworker just called and he said, I'm pretty sure the Beatles are playing on a rooftop down in Los Angeles. You better get down there. And I'm like, man, I'm the biggest Beatles fan in the world. I'm gonna lose my shit if it ain't the Beatles.
And it wasn't. Here's The Edge talking about the experience.
It was terrible. Everyone thought we were the Beatles.
Larry Mullen Jr.
And we weren't.
LAPD quickly arrested Bono, Adam Clayton, Larry Mullen Jr., and The Edge, and they remained in a Los Angeles jail for 15 years. And the Beatles? Yep, they reunited, but only by gunpoint, as Jeff Lynne forced them into the studio, with snipers trained on them to do more Beatles songs. And that's On This Day in Rock History. I'm Mickey Mac.
On This Day in Rock History, brought to you by the Sauce King and 108.9 The Hawk.
Hey, you in the glasses. I want you. Not the hoople. All the young dudes.
My God.
All the old dudes and Clare O'Kane here on the Wisp Turlington Show, 108.9 The Hawk.
And by the way, people, stop calling in and saying
Yeah.
that we're only playing David Bowie and no Mott the Hoople songs. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
why
time
we
for
got
that to
40
end.
calls during that song.
It's time for that to end. I am sick of it, but I'll tell you what I'm not sick of course, that is... What's that sound?
Oh, everybody, look what's going down. What is that sound? One of my favorite games on 108.9 The Hawk.
Clare O'Kane taking on Geoff the Angry Man Garlock.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to play a sound. You tell me what it is, and I'll tell you if you are correct. So here we go.
Great.
The first sound for you, Claire. What is this sound?
That sounds like the top half of a dentures sort of rolling around in a car cup holder.
Oh, nailed it! 400 points for Clare O'Kane.
I had that one.
400 points
I knew
for
I'd heard
Clare
that before.
O'Kane.
Wow.
Okay, Geoff.
Hey.
It's tough. I mean, you've already got it. You got a lot coming at you here.
I'm worried already. I'm in the
Let's
hot
see
seat.
if you get this one. If you get this one, here we go.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know exactly what that is.
What is that, Geoff?
That is the laser printed members of Cream. Because this is the version where they're all laser printed.
Yeah.
And they're fighting over who's the band leader. And they crash into the side of the Dingbats tonight because they're worried that they're going to be late to the show. Did I get it all?
Answer.
Did I
This
get
is a
wrong
long answer to
Wow.
be so wrong. That, of
Wow.
course, is Billy Joel crashing his car into the side of the Verde Turnpike.
That was my second guess. That was going to be my
Could've been
second
easy.
guess. Jesus.
Could have
I
been
knew it.
easy. Okay.
Could have been easy.
Clare O'Kane? Clare O'Kane, you got your next one here. Here we go.
Okay. I believe that is sound of the toilet boys. What was their name? The
Bathroom Boys.
Bathroom Boys.
Don't call them the Toilet
Bathroom
Boys because
No.
that was a war that was very bloody. Basically, Val Verde's Antietam of podcasts.
That was the sound of course, the Bathroom Boys' cruise. Back half of the ship had cracked open and is taking on water, and actually the back half of the ship is now gone.
Wow.
And
That's it.
Yeah.
There
Okay,
you go.
My
I knew
God.
it.
400 more
Yeah.
points.
That was a
That's
great
800
cruise,
points.
too.
That was a goddamn.
My God, it was jammed.
I could have stayed on
there
that
was
boat.
a lot of money in that.
A lot
Could
of
have
money.
stayed on that boat.
The cast of Workaholics
forever.
UK was on it. And Gabrus was there. Did we see a good
Gabrus
I'm
friend?
positive we
was
saw Gabrus there.
definitely
I'm
there.
positive
He's
we saw.
He'll just show up at any
Gabrus
ship,
there.
that guy.
Doing that power hour. He's like, I can drink here.
God, you give Gabrus a power out, he's there. It's like the bat signal for him. Go on.
Okay, Geoff, you got to really catch up here. I don't know if you realize how bad you're doing at this game.
What are the stakes for this one? We never laid it out.
Oh, the stakes?
The
Oh,
stakes
yeah,
for
what
what
would?
is it? Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean,
Prizes or
if Claire wins, that's $5,000 in Hawk bucks.
Oh, that's great.
Oh.
Okay, which are you can use that as real money throughout the Verde Valley.
As long
if
as they have a
Geoff
little
loses-
hawk symbol in the door.
Is that there?
Right
If
under
Geoff
the Police Benevolent Society sticker.
And the
which is-
Panini sign.
And the Panini
There's
Society
there.
is there's 3 stickers. Have to be in that order.
Yeah. And if Geoff loses, that $5,000 of Hawk bucks comes from his check.
Oh, God.
Easy stakes. Easy stakes.
That's half a
Here we
year's
go.
salary right there.
That is half a year
yeah, that is
radio
equivalent
salary.
to 25,000 American bucks.
Oh,
Truly.
my gosh.
Truly, this is really
tell
a
you.
lot for you, Geoff. I know you're
The
already
conversion
living in
rate
the
of these
RV,
hawk
so-
bucks has really gone
You
skewed
don't want to
in the
go to
past
one of those
couple weeks.
kiosks in the airport and say, "Hey, could you
Jesus.
convert these Hawk bucks for me?"
I converted
Geoff,
hawk
here-
bucks to Bitcoin, and then that went
Then
very
you lost
south.
your ass.
My
Here we
God.
go, Geoff. It's all on the line.
Okay. Oh, that one's easy. That's Rob Schneider selling another case of liberal tears. Am I right on this one? That wasn't. That's what I thought. God
I'm
damn it.
sorry. That is Matthew McConaughey finding out how much he's making for the sequel to How to Lose a Guy in 30 Days, which is called How to Lose a Guy in 40 Days.
Jesus.
We did it, Hollywood.
That
We
was my
won.
third guess.
And that
My
makes
second guess,
Clare
by the way, was going to be Matthew
O'Kane.
McConaughey from Wolf of Wall Street Part 2.
Well, it would have been wrong.
I
gotta
know.
buzz
That's
you for
that's
that.
why I'm glad I didn't guess there either.
You
Jesus
just got
Christ.
buzzed for that. Oh, my God. Oh my!
There goes my
God.
ass. Well, I hope you enjoyed
your
that,
ass.
Claire.
Gonna be living here for a while.
That's great.
I'll tell you that much.
I'm gonna spend all those bucks at Dandy's.
Oh my God! Have you been to the new reopened Dandy's?
I have not
Just- they
yet. I'm
just-
so excited.
Oh, they got all the bed bugs out.
They did.
They got, because you would go in there and you know, of course, everyone knows Dandy's is Val Verde's favorite candy store.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I am a dandy for candy. And you go in there and you would get one of those Chico sticks.
Oh my God.
Or you get one of those.
A Farnsworth chocolate turd, our favorite regional candy.
God. You get a Farnsworth chocolate turd and you pick it up and it's covered in bed bugs and you're like, well, I guess I'll eat it.
My God.
But not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore at Dandy's.
Great.
The Farnsworth white chocolate turd never had bed bugs.
Never. They
think
would
they
not
just
touch
knew.
it. Which makes you wonder, what's in this white chocolate turd?
It makes you wonder.
It does make you wonder. But I tell you what I don't wonder about. Comedy.
I never
I
wonder
don't wonder about
comedy.
it. Because I know we're in good hands with comedy with Clare O'Kane at Dingbats. Do you think, I mean, are we early enough in the process to see if you'll come back next year to Dingbats? No show's done yet. We're probably a little premature on this, but tell me, what are the thoughts, Claire?
Well, I will have to say I already did have to buy 1 million bot followers for my Instagram in order for to even get Dingbats to look at my email, my sending my avails. So I know all those bots are going to be gone by the time next year rolls around, and you know, who knows if Val Verde will even still exist.
Oh God! I mean,
Very
the
true.
oil
We-
is
we wonder that
getting-
every goddamn day.
The oil is there.
Every day I wake up, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God. The oil's there and it's just getting thicker.
It is
It's like-
somehow getting thicker.
It is getting so thick.
I'm starting to think Dove soap actually isn't the solution.
It's a coagulant.
I think it's a
Yeah, I think
coagulant.
it's a coagulant.
At the end of the day.
End of the
My
day.
God.
So we'll see.
Well, Claire, we'll see. We'll see. I love a good comedian that has to like really show how many people follow you.
Oh,
to,
yeah.
To prove that you're a comedian in the first place. You know, I'm so glad that we're there now and that, you know, Hollywood is like, who's the next influencer that could be the next Mel Gibson? I think about this every day.
Every
Every
day.
goddamn day. I thank God. You know, some people are upset about the industry, and I say, I thank God for the industry. I thank God for it making the changes that need to be made so we get the best content that exists. And we're going to be getting the best content at Dingbats tonight because you are you're doing content. You're considering it content
doing
tonight,
content.
You
right?
are calling it content, right?
I am. I've decided to start calling it content, and I believe in. I believe in one God. I believe in one media company, and I believe in one president. And again, this is directed toward the half of the audience who will like that stuff.
Another part of
Yeah.
the audience just like, I don't think she
Oil
wants
tanker
me.
guys are low. Woo!
Yeah.
And then they're
Oil tanker guys are just churning in the water, just like, we're making it thick for you, Claire.
That's their job now, is
Oh
to
my
make it
God.
thicker. Their industry has also changed. Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Oh my
hey.
God.
aren't all the industries changing? You know, we're all just trying to keep up. And I just feel for the oil industry people.
I really
is what
do.
I say.
I really
you know?
do.
Well, Claire, we love you to death. We're going to be out there for at least one of the show. I cannot promise that I can stay for all four.
Sure. That's totally fine.
That's a will not stay for all four promise from Wisp Turlington.
And you don't know which one it's going to be. And I will warn you, Wisp has a very judgmental look when he sits in that audience. And he likes to sit right up front.
I am right in front of you. I'm just like touching your mic stand. I'm like, Claire.
Because maybe you don't know how to adjust it. You don't know.
I don't know how to get it up or
I
get
am
it down.
so weak, sort of, as a woman. It's really hard.
Yeah. Oh,
But I
so
do.
true.
I
heard about that on the Bathroom Boys. That's true.
Yep, bathroom. Like,
Yeah, Clare O'Kane's in Verde, this weekend. So weak.
I do recommend showing up for the final show of every evening, which I said, like I said again, is a formerly incarcerated person from Val Verde Penitentiary. This one I hear this guy is sort of in a one of those Hannibal Lecter face prisons.
Oh, that's the best. I love a good Hannibal Lecter face prison. At the
love
end
a
of the
good
day, if
Hannibal
you're gonna
Lecter
put me
face
away,
prison.
If you're listening, police chief, put me in the Hannibal Lecter face prison.
And he has a record coming out on a special thing, which is amazing. It's like a retro
he does.
thing. It's fantastic.
He was on he was on the boards back in the day.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's wild. Funny guy.
Just so funny. And Clare O'Kane's so funny at Dingbats this weekend. You're going to want to take Hog Street up there and then take a left onto Soundgarden Boulevard. But if you take a right, ladies and gentlemen, you might just find yourself Road to Nowhere from the album No More Tears.
Truly, though, don't go that way.
That is the road to nowhere, and it is very dangerous. A lot of accidents. Ozzy, Hawk.
You're listening to 108.9 The Hawk.
Clare O'Kane, welcome to 108.9 The Hawk. We're real people now. We're normal people. Hi, I'm
normal.
Jason Gore.
Hi, I'm Geoff.
We're just
Okay,
normal
cool.
people.
I didn't know you guys did this part.
Oh, yeah. No, we did it. So we do a little interview at the end just to talk as normal people. And to get plugs in, and we kind of refer to it as the John Gabris Memorial interview portion, mainly because the first time we did it with him, we were talking about his show, and he was like, "Oh my God, is this the interview? Is this you guys are saying such nice things about me? That this interview?" And we're like, "Yeah, it is."
We had switched
so
to human beings.
this is what it is. Clare O'Kane, welcome to 108.9 The Hawk. Thank you so much for doing this. How are things? What's going on in your world right now?
What's going on in my world? I sliced open my finger the other day.
Doing what?
I was trying to I was slicing a loaf of sourdough, and the sourdough loaf it was a little too old, and you know when it gets hard, and you gotta saw into it.
Yes.
Accidentally slipped. Didn't fully get the teeth into the bread enough, so the teeth slid across the bread and into my finger. So I got to chunk
Jesus
out.
Christ.
I had to go to urgent care because it wouldn't stop bleeding for 2 hours.
Oh, my
God.
It was a whole thing.
Which urgent care did you go to?
I go to the Kaiser Permanente urgent care in Pasadena.
I don't know if you've ever gone.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. I had sciatica, and I was staying at a place in Hancock Park, so I went to one that was called Hollywood Urgent Care, and you go in and it's just like pictures of Bogart everywhere, and then they put you in a room, and then a guy comes in with a gigantic shot of something, and he didn't really talk to me about it. He's like, I'm like, yeah, I really have sciatica, it's really bad, and he's just like, and he just shoves it in my ass cheek, fires away. Pain goes away, but he didn't tell me what it was.
Wow.
It was
For all I know,
it was
God, please be Fent. Please.
I will say for the Pasadena one, when I went there with what became an appendix, they sometimes get confused at the Pasadena Kaiser. This is for all the Californians here. And I ended up hanging out in various waiting rooms for about an hour and a half. And the pain got worse and worse. And at one point, it's like I was playing double bass with my feet and just rocking. And a nurse was like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "I'm not." And they finally got me in. The doctor was like, "Oh, this is about to explode. We have to get you in an ambulance over to Sunset." And then all of a sudden, I was going to Sunset. My car was at Pasadena. My wife was working like in Whittier. She had to come and do some crazy turnaround. It was fun. Good times. And then when I left,
good times.
The guy who wheeled me out, somehow in my drug haze, I started talking about how I used to know Steve Aoki when he was like 18 years old. And because I said something about music, and he's like, "Oh, is he a cool dude?" And I didn't know how to really have this conversation while I was all hopped up on drugs. So. It was good times.
Wasn't Steve Aoki's dad like
Rocky Aoki?
And he
was Benihana.
Benihana.
And there's
that's right.
There's also like movies about Rocky's life, and but Steve was maybe I've said this on podcasts before. He was a punk kid,
right?
So he was in this band, This Machine Kills, and we were on his label before it became a label. That is what it is now, and before he started being the crazy person he is. But I think I was talking about it because we used to crash at his house, which was behind where the Denny's is over by Kaiser. And there was like a porn shoot place, like the second floor of this apartment.
Also Denny's.
Also now Denny's. It was fantastic.
Also now a Denny's.
Yeah.
Claire, you have a new album out. Tell us about that
I was saying
record.
that came out. Oh, we're back to the guy.
We're back. No.
He
He doesn't know how to stop
And
sometimes.
There really isn't a separation between me and the guy. But you had a recent album
come out. Called Everything I Know How to Do. It is called that because after the stand-up set, we have a sincere song. We have what do we have? A recipe that I like to make.
Oh my God.
It's my recipe for adobo chicken, and then we also have a sketch that I wrote for Saturday Night Live that did not make it to air. So all the
best
stuff I know how to do.
Were cut for time.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
didn't make it.
And that's on what's his name records. That's on Pretty Good Friends.
Good label.
Pretty
really
Good Friends
Records.
Run by Eugene Merman, an amazing comedian, one of my favorite comedians.
Amazing.
So yeah, find that where you find that.
And what else is going on? You doing any shows in LA or anything coming up, or what's up?
Yeah, I got a weekly show here at UCB called Solid. It's every Tuesday except for the last Tuesday of the month. I co-host that with Joe Quazala.
Friend of the show.
An amazing dude. Has a great movie coming out called American Comic. And it's fun. You know, ultimately, I don't ever want to do stand-up ever again. Sort of every time I'm supposed to do it, I go, I don't want to do this. But nevertheless, she persisted and has fun. And the less I care about it, the more fun I have with it. So that is the moral of my story.
What's up with these psychos who seem to talk about loving doing stand-up? I mean, what are they like? I feel like I really question their brains.
These are the people who aren't depressed somehow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're people that are like, I love doing a podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Oh, I also have a podcast, I should say.
That's a good one to promote.
There you go. Plug that. What is the podcast?
I am a co-host of a podcast called Quorators, where it's me and these two guys, Jeremy and Alex, and we go on Quora.com and just sort of, I would say lightly, not bully, not dog, just sort of presenting the website as it is, and it's a real freaky peek into how people are on the internet, even more so than Facebook and X. It's like really, it's where the dregs.
Oh my!
The dregs
of society are on Quora.
Yeah,
that's where they're getting their answers.
Okay. I love that. That's your bathroom boys.
That's my bathroom boys, and that's my bread and butter, basically. That's sort of the only thing that I have going on making me money besides my dead parents' house, which I do rent out. So that's it.
If you're looking for a house to rent, hit up Claire. Hit up her podcast. Claire, you have always been one of my favorite people in the world. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been an absolute blast.
Happy to be here on The Hawk.
108.9 The Hawk with Jason Gore and Geoff Garlock.
A comedy podcast about a fictional classic rock radio station.
Hear and see new episodes every Monday. Subscribe on YouTube,
Apple Podcasts,
Spotify,
Pocket Casts,
Overcast, and wherever you get your podcasts. Support the show by going to patreon.com/1089 The Hawk. Get video and audio episodes 1 week early, bonus shows, and so much more. Get that merch by going to our website at 1089thehawk.com. And if you like what you heard in this episode, you can check out a ton of 108.9 The Hawk episodes on our website at 1089thehawk.com or wherever you get your podcasts. A comedy podcast about a fictional classic rock radio station. 108.9 The Hawk with Jason Gore and Geoff Garlock.